Hello everyone, now let's talk more about security models. There are a lot of security management models out there, so the organizations, they need to look at the model that kind of matches what they need for their company. So one of the places that they can find these kind of quality security management models are U.S. federal agencies and some international standards organizations. Some of these documents are basically part of proprietary, which means that the organizations need to purchase the right to do so, to use these type of models. Other ones are some public domain sources for security management models, which offer free documentation. So maybe NIST, National Institute of Standard Security, is one organization that can provide some of those. So now let's look at one of the standards that is very common, and it's being used as a reference of information security management model. One of them is called ISO 27000 series. It's a code of practice for information security management, which is first developed and published by British standard BS 7799. In the year 2000, the code of practice was adopted as an international standard framework for information security by the ISO, the International Organization of Standards, and also the International Electrotechnical Commission, the IEC. So that's why we have ISO-IEC 17799. This document was also revised in 2005, and again it was revised in 2007, and it was renamed to ISO 27002, which is aligned with the document ISO 27001. The details of this ISO 27002, which is in the year 2013 got revised again, is the most recent version. And it's available to those who purchase these standards. So it's not kind of a free thing. According to 27000.org, the standard was intended to provide a common base for developing organizational security standards and effectively securing security management practices, and to provide confidence in their inter-organizational dealing. The ISO that IEC 27002 provides information on 14 security control clauses and addresses 35 controls, and as well as more than 110 individual controls. Its comparison document is ISO 27001, which provides information of how to implement and set up an information security management system. Here you can actually see the ISO 27001, the steps, the major steps, and also the deliverables in each steps. So one way in order for a company to comply with ISO 27002 is to use what's called SAN score. SAN score is Security Consensus Operational Readiness Evaluation. It's a checklist which is based on 17799. And so basically the company can use that. For more information, you can look at SAN score organization. Another standard that we are going to talk about is NIST, NIST security model. So there are some value in using the NIST standards. They are publicly available at no charge, and they have been available for some times, and they have been actually broadly reviewed and updated by government and other industry professionals. So we have the NIST special publication 800-12, which is a computer security handbook. We also have SP 800-14, Generally Adopted Security Principles and Practices, SP 800-11, and so on. I'm not going to go into these because I just want you guys to kind of understand that the NIST standards are there, and if you need to, you can go and find them and find out how they can actually help the company. So if we want to look at the NIST Security Control and Assessment Process Overview, we can see that in here, basically, we have about the plan of how we are going to first prepare the organization, and then have assessment with it, have an assessment report, have an assessment plan, and also get organizational approval. And also we can do a post-assessment process. So this is basically the NIST Security Control Assessment Process Overview. So the control recommended by NIST are organized into 17 families of controls. These 17 families, along with managerial families called program management. Basically, they are used to structure the protection of information as part of NIST Security Control Assessment methodology. These controls in here that are classified according to 3 types of category: technical, operational, and management. They are being used by NIST, and you can see here. So each of these families, they have classified them by these three type of basically controls. The next thing is basically Control Objective for Information and Related Technology, or COBIT. COBIT is another standard that provides advice about the implementation of control and control objective for information security. This document can be used not only as a planning tool for information security, but also as a control model. So GOBET was created by the Information System Audit and Control Association and the IT Governance Institute, the ITGI, in 1992. GOBET provides 5 principles that's focusing on the governance and management of IT in the organizations. Principle 1, meeting the stakeholders' need. Principle 2, covering the enterprise end-to-end. Principle 3, applying a single integrated framework. Principle 4, establishing a holistic approach. And Principle 5, separating governance from management. So the COBIT frameworks also has a series of enablers to support those principles. So the enablers also are dependent on the organization's employee skills and abilities. So we have the principles here. These 5 principles, we have them here as well. So the primary enabler is principles, policies, and framework that are vehicle to translate desired behavior into practical guidance for day-to-day management. This basically this enabler is guiding and affecting the others in the company. So COBIT, as we said, it was designed by IT governance and management structure. It actually includes a framework to support the information security requirements and assessment needs. Some organizations that incorporate COBIT assessment into their IT management, they are better prepared for general information security risk management operation. Also, we have a committee of sponsoring organizations, which is called COSO. COSO has established a common definition of internal control standards and criteria against which companies can assess their control system. COSO help organizations comply with critical regulation like Sarbanes-Oxley Act in 2002. According to COSO, internal control is a process that is affected by entities, board of directors, management, and other personnel, designed to provide assurance regarding the achievement of objectives in these categories: effectiveness and efficiency of operation, reliability of financial reporting, and also being complying with laws and regulations. COSO also is built on 5 components: control environment, risk assessment, control activities, information and communication, as well as monitoring. The next thing that we are going to talk about is the ITIL, which is Information Technology Infrastructure Library, which is a collection of methods and practices that is useful for managing the development and operation of the information technology infrastructure. Again, there are certificates that you can get, like for example, to be ITIL certified. ITIL has been produced as a series of books, each of which can cover the IT management topic. Since it includes a detailed description of many significant IT-related practices, it can also be tailored to a lot of different organizations. Let's look at Information Security Governance Framework, which is a managerial model that provides an industry working group, national security partnership, and in the result of development effort by National Cybersecurity Summit Task Force. The framework provides guidance in development and implementation of an information system governance structure and recommends the responsibility that various members should have towards the organization. Board of Directors and Trustees, they should provide a strategic oversight regarding the information security. Senior executives, they have to provide oversight of comprehensive information security program for the entire organization. Executive team members, they have to oversee the organization's security policy and practices, and senior managers, they need to provide information security an information system that support the operation and assets under their control, and all the employees and users, they should maintain security of information and information systems that is accessible to them. So these frameworks specify that each independent company should develop, document, and implement an information security program that's consistent with the guidance of acceptable security practices, such as maybe the ISO 27001. So that's it for this chapter. We have talked about various models, information security models. You don't have to know all of them in details, but you have to know that they are existed, and if you ever have to apply it in your company, you know where to find the information. And for each of these, there are different trainings that are actually available. That's it for this chapter. Have a great day. Bye-bye.